Hey,
Happy
w-
autumn.
right? Welcome, Autumn. Welcome, everybody.
Before we know it, it'll be Christmas.
Oh my God,
My favorite time of year.
'tis the season. I love it.
So, we talked about in previous videos that we've done, um, if you guys wanted to, if you had any podcast ideas for us, or if you had any questions, you could comment, or, if it was private and you didn't want your name out, you could email us. And we actually got a couple emails.
Oh yay! I'm excited. I'm excited. You
Now,
guys listened. You guys listened. Right on.
Jackie doesn't really check the emails. That's kind of my job. So Jackie hasn't read them yet. So
I
you'll
know.
be surprised too.
I'm
Um,
excited about that. I'm super
yeah.
excited.
So we can just give our advice or perspectives on it and go from there.
Great.
So the first one says, "Hello, ladies. I am seeking some advice. I have been in a relationship with my boyfriend for 2 years. We share a 6-month-old son. He has become very hurtful with his words and has been abusive in the past. I gave up everything to move with him to another state. But after so many empty promises of change, nothing has changed. Please give me advice on what I should do."
Oh wow.
I know.
Wow. Okay.
So, first of all, it's hard with abuse, any kind of abuse, because in my past experience, it only got worse. And as the stress of children and, everything comes into it, it seems to get worse. Um, I
Wow.
guess there's not a lot of detail in this. So my thing is, do you have I know you moved to another state to be closer to him or to be with him and left everything behind, but can you move back? Is it that easy? Is he willing to get, some help for his anger issues? I guess it's not specific enough. Um,
Yeah. And I think, what I would say is definitely, like you were saying, as far as support, you know, I'm curious about what kind of support you have where you move to and where you might move back. Do you have the support to go back?
right.
The means. A lot of times that's a big situation there. Um, every time I hear abuse, my first thing is get the hell out,
I know. I know.
and and yet then again, the who I really am is try always to be committed to it and try to work it out. But abuse, that's a hard one. And it said that promises to change, right, or not?
Yeah, empty
Okay.
promises. So
Empty
many
promises.
empty promises.
Okay, so they acknowledge it, they're just not how willing of are they actually to work on it. And something though that we have to, I think about a lot, that I was guilty of in the past, is not understanding that, what, people typically don't change. They are who they are, and really they shouldn't. I mean, being ugly that's one thing, but mostly people shouldn't change. If it's not, we are who we are. But people typically aren't going to change, really.
You
Um,
know,
God, I don't
I
know.
I had a police officer who had to come out to my house with my last marriage. My daughter was a baby at the time, and she was sleeping in the pack and play in the living room. And he said to me, and it stuck. He said, "Do you see that little girl right there?" And I said, yes. And he said, if she grows up to think this is normal, then that cycle will go through her and so on. You need to break this cycle before she sees this and thinks it's okay. And not just with physical abuse, with mental too, with words, you know, because you have a 6-month-old baby. My advice would be, if you can get out, that honestly, when it comes to abuse, it's so hard. And because of the empty promises, if he knows what he's doing, if he's making promises to change, so he knows what he's doing is wrong and he's not changing it, so he probably won't.
Right. I think that's probably right. Yeah, I mean, and definitely if you have the means, if you have the way, if that, look at all your options and see what you can do. But you're right. And you don't want your child to grow up thinking this is the way it is, either treating people that way or allowing yourself to be treated that way. Either way, it's not healthy. It's not. And that's something we all should think about is breaking some generational things, norms.
Absolutely. And I don't know what state you're in, but I do know that every state has women's shelters and places to go if you need a quick out. You can call your local police department, non-emergency line. They can help you with that, because I don't know what state you're in, to be able to give advice on that. But I do know every state has it. So if it is a quick, you need out, you can't go back home, you don't have anybody, call your local police department, non-emergency line, and they can help you.
That's very good advice. That's good. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, there are going to be some resource, even if you don't need a place to go, maybe you can get out financially. Maybe that's not a situation, but there are some other resources, I think.
And I would just say, love yourself and love your child more than, the situation that you're in.
Right.
Having, been a survivor of abuse, I do know that, mentally it drains you. Right. And they make you feel like you're not good enough, and, nobody else will want you. And just know that you're worth it, and you're worth making yourself happy.
Very true. And when we talked about in an earlier episode, I actually did not think that there were really healthy marriages. I didn't think a marriage like mine really existed. Right. I really didn't. And they do.
I didn't either. And it's funny because my husband was not my type at all. He is not what I went for. I always went for the bad boys. That's just what I liked. And he was the total opposite. And our first time going out and him, paying for dinner, I was so uncomfortable because nobody ever did that, right. And him bringing me flowers and treating me good. I never had, it was so different for me. But you're right. You think that is the norm, right. So I think especially women with small kids, you need to keep that in mind, because if your kids grow up seeing that and thinking that's the norm, then they'll just carry that on and think that's okay.
Right. And if you don't demand respect and you don't demand to be treated a certain way, then you won't be, and just because that person isn't going to do it doesn't mean that you can't have a very happy life, a very full, healthy life. It's not healthy to be ugly to each other. It's really not.
No.
And it becomes too much of a norm for people. I thought everybody lied. I was like, I don't believe a word anybody says. I'm better off to believe nothing.
I also want to say this. They offer anger management and things like that, classes to take,
Right.
but that doesn't always work either. They have to want to change.
Right.
My ex-husband had to go through anger management during our divorce in order to get my kids again. And we divorced 25 years ago, and he recently passed away. But before he passed away, he was looking at time in prison for abusing his last girlfriend. So a lot of times they just don't change.
Yeah.
So I'm the
Yeah.
last
And
person.
don't think it's you. Don't think that you are the one. Too many times we say, well, you know what? I kind of push them. I did this, I did that. I gained weight with the baby. I'm not back, whatever. Don't think that way. That's not
No.
it. If it, however it is what it is. And it doesn't mean that you can fix it if they don't want to. And just be very careful. If it is physical, please get out now.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It really isn't. Love yourself, love your child more.
Right. Right. Respect yourself and demand respect.
Okay. So here is the other one. This one's a little bit different. It says,
Okay.
hi, I feel very confused and could use some advice. This guy at work and I were flirting back and forth for about 9 or 10 months. He seemed very interested in me and even started texting with me back and forth. One day, I finally just got the nerve up and asked him out. He gave me an excuse and declined. We continued flirting and texting back and forth, and then suddenly he got a girlfriend. The texts have stopped, but he still flirts with me at work. Do you think he is playing mind games with me, just seeking attention, or do you think he still likes me? Help. I just want to say, girl, move on.
Yeah.
I don't think he's flirting with you. Sometimes we can take things different. And if he got a girlfriend and he turned you down when you asked him out,
Wow.
Again, it kind of goes back to respect yourself, love yourself enough to just move on. And, sometimes maybe someone being nice to us we think is flirting. I'm not trying to be mean or heartless, but if he didn't want to go out and he has a girlfriend and you think he's still flirting with you, maybe he's not.
Yeah, I would say it's a friend thing. It really truly is. And you might want to, I don't know the level of flirting and what obviously everybody can perceive things differently.
Right.
I've heard I remember one time I heard somebody saying that by somebody, just being helpful at work was too much for them, but some people are just helpful. Some people are just nice. Some people have a different personality, but if there was flirting, if it was legitimately flirting and they don't want to go out, I would think they don't want to.
And my other thing is the fact that you said, help, do you think he's playing mind games with you? The fact that he has a girlfriend, as a woman, you yourself should not be interested anymore. You know what I mean? Right. He's off limits now.
Right.
So.
And me, I don't see, I guess I forgot about that part of the question. I don't know that it's games. I think that maybe you were just misinterpreting.
And that's kind of how I feel too, that I think maybe he's just a nice guy and you took it as flirting, because if he was interested in you and texting with you and he was still interested in you, he wouldn't have gotten a girlfriend.
Right.
You'd be his girlfriend.
And if he has a girlfriend and he's legitimately flirting with you, you don't want him.
Right. Right. You wouldn't want him anyway.
Right. Nobody wants that.
Because
No.
if they'll do it for you, they'll do it to you.
Right.
Got to
Right.
remember that.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Don't be the
yeah.
other woman.
So, yeah, my advice with that is, you know, I don't think it's flirting. I'm not there. I don't know. But move on. There's so many guys out there, single guys, who will appreciate you and want to spend time with you. And you shouldn't want to spend time with somebody who doesn't want to spend time with you, unfortunately.
Wow. Yeah. No, I say, see ya. Don't. Again, if he actually is flirting, then definitely get the hell away.
Right.
Or if he's
Yeah.
playing games, whatever he's doing, you don't want that. Whatever it is, you don't want it. He's with someone else, and that's all you need to know. Move on.
No, because the guy who's actually interested in you is just that, interested in you, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But that, I do think a lot of times people take being nice for flirting.
Right. I do too. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. People, like I said, I've heard stories about things, and I'm like, well, I don't think that's a big deal. I don't think they're doing it. I think they're just being, that's what people would do. And people I've seen just take it, very, for, something I wouldn't really think that much about. But yeah, I would say that there's no good reason to stick with that. Not in my opinion.
Run.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know, too, is I'm very, my husband's very quiet and laid back, and I'm the opposite. And he's had his friends ask him in the past, when we were younger, but does it bother you that she's so flirty? I'm not flirty. I like to joke around a lot and have fun. And so people take that as, flirty. I'm not flirting with anybody. But so I can see how that can be misinterpreted.
Right.
Right.
Right. And my husband says that men and women cannot be friends, that there always has to be more to it. He doesn't believe that they can just be friends. I absolutely know that I can be friends with a man because I have been.
Yeah, same. And I've heard that many times. And it's funny because it's always men who say that.
Yeah.
That they don't think women can be, men can be friends with women, that there's always has to be something more. But that's not
I don't. My husband says, maybe you are just friends, but no man cares about a woman if he's not interested in her. He said that they just will not. He swears they will not do it.
I have heard so many men say that. And so for us, because we can totally just be friends.
Right.
It's like, what? That's crazy. But maybe, I don't know. I've had guy friends that we were just friends, but I can't read their minds. Maybe they were interested and
Well, that's what I've said. I feel very sure that I've had friends like that and that they didn't think anything. Maybe they did, I guess. But I know I certainly didn't. And I never got the impression they did.
Same. That's funny.
I know. Whenever he told me that, I was like, no way. Yeah, when we first started dating, I was telling him about this friend of mine, and he was like, yeah, that's not a friend. And I was like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Of course it is. I don't know.
That is so funny. Yeah, I've had guy friends who love to just go shopping, and we just hung out.
Right. Yeah, I believe I believe it can happen. If it can't, then I don't know. Again, no one's ever made me, I haven't, when I feel uncomfortable with around somebody, that's not ever been my friend. I've been uncomfortable many times, but I didn't call them my friend.
No.
I call those a creeper, but, or a date. I don't know.
Right.
Oh my God. Do you have more?
I don't. We only had 2 emails.
Oh,
So I'm
I
telling
was
you
like, oh my
guys,
God.
write in. We will never share your name, any of your info. You can write in under a fake email, make up an email. I don't care, but write in. We would love to read them. They can be serious, funny. We don't care. And
Yeah, that was
our
cool.
our email is always like in the video, isn't it? Or on our page. It's on our page. I know that. But that's what she said, 0 or x02@gmail.com. But I do have something funny to read. Well, it's the newest viral trend, and I thought I would tell you about it.
Oh yeah.
It's the Sharpie lip liner trend. Have you heard of it?
No. What?
I have not either, but we're not big TikTokers. And so that's probably why.
Right.
It's a big TikTok trend. And doctors are warning of potential dangers. So it says that some influencers on social media are participating in the new Sharpie lip liner trend. Users apply Sharpie marker, typically in red or coral, to the edges of their lips. So they line their lips with it and then put lip gloss on their lips. And it's funny because this doctor who spoke up is from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Dr.
wow.
Brooke Jeffy, a board certified dermatologist in Scottsdale, Arizona, says she finds the trend very concerning. She says the risk is not worth it because the markers have so many chemicals that can be absorbed into the body that are so unsafe for us. Says the Sharpie website actually says do not use Sharpies on skin at all. Which is funny because my daughter, she was a cheerleader in high school. They used to draw the guys' numbers on their skin with Sharpies. They would draw pictures before games with Sharpies. Yeah, the Sharpie website says Sharpies are not safe for your skin, but these women are using it as a lip liner. I saw that and I just had to, I knew you would be like, what?
So, okay. So is it meant to look silly or they actually like it?
No,
They like
it's
it
a
as a liner.
trend. Yeah, it's trendy.
Wow.
Obviously, it stays on where a lot of, you have to reapply your
Yeah.
lip.
That's what I was going to say. I guess I can get it. When you first said it, I'm thinking black and I'm thinking they're just trying to look stupid.
No, red and coral are the ones that are mostly used.
Huh. Okay. I guess. See, I'd never think about putting it on there. I just never thought about that.
No, I wouldn't put Sharpie on my skin at all.
Right.
But I saw it and I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring this.
That is funny.
Isn't that? So
That
I
is.
want to know, have any of you guys heard about this viral trend or any other crazy viral trends? Leave it in the comments because we'd love to read about them.
Yeah, because I don't know about these things. They end up, some of them, I think go really crazy and bad things happen or whatever. And you end up hearing about it on the news. But
Right.
like, I don't know. I would never hear about this kind of stuff.
No, it popped up one day and I clicked on it and I started reading it and I was like, oh my gosh. But the reason I didn't know about the trend is because I'm not a huge TikToker. I mean, I go on there to, look at things sometimes, but
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring that to here and get your opinion on that. So
Yeah,
when we are done, don't be going and drawing lips on with your Sharpie.
Right. And definitely not on somebody else. Okay. Don't do that don't do it to your child. But yeah, I'm going to stay away from that. I'm good. I think I can live without it.
I know, but leave your comments. I'd love to hear if any of you have ever tried the Sharpie lip trend.
Right. What kind of fun things you've done with your face? Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
so did you want to explain?
Okay, yes. I have this idea. I would like for you guys to again comment or email. Um, this time of year, it's really it's a big tradition in our family to give thanks, to think about the things that we are um, grateful for, the blessings that we have in our life. And what's nice about it sometimes, it's very easy. And for me, for of course, always to say that I'm extremely blessed with an amazing family. Um, and not everybody is. I know, I understand that, but a lot of people are. But it becomes very easy to say, yes, I'm very blessed with my family. And so sometimes we got to dig a little deeper and find those little things that, you know, um, even though she's a pain in the butt, this sweet little baby right here sleeping right next to me, um, I complain about these chihuahuas a lot, and they are irritating a lot. But you know what? They love me very much. They love me so much. Um, and I need to be more grateful for that and need to be more happy about that. And just things, there's a lot of little things that you can find that you are grateful for and that you're blessed. And whenever you get in that mindset, it makes you happier.
I agree. There's so much stressful, ugly stuff going on in the world right now. And to dig deep and really think of the good things that you do have in your life
Right.
um, can help your mental too. So much. So much.
It does. You just think, I've talked before about my crazy coffee, but um, every time I make a cup of coffee, I think I just love this. And I really love my coffee. I'm so blessed to have this. I actually really get excited about it. And I drink about half a cup and that's it. But I love it. And I'm happy that I have a very quirky coffee situation. And, my husband's very supportive. I will tell you this. So the kind of coffee I want to drink is as an instant. It's a specific instant, and it comes in little things, right? It's like we have to go all the time and get this coffee. And I said to him one day, I go, I'm sorry that it's such a pain, because he actually does a lot of the grocery shopping and stuff. And he goes, that's okay. If it's in a thimble, that's fine. We'll just go get one every day. It's right that, thankful for just silly anything, right? Just the weather, the whatever it is. There's so many things that we don't realize that we just take for granted, and we don't realize how much we have to be thankful for. And I think when we dig deep, we see a lot, and it does. Look at the smile to see. Just make yourself smile when you go, oh, that's true. That is pretty awesome,
Yeah. I love that idea. So,
And
make
we'll
sure.
read them. We'll read
Yeah,
them.
I was just going to say,
Yeah.
we will definitely read them. Make sure you leave it in the comments, or if you have a longer story that you're thankful about, and you want to email
Yes.
us, feel free to. So Jackie shared today that she is thankful for her quirky coffee.
Yeah, see?
And her husband, who is willing to go and get it. I love that. I, not to put you on the spot, but I am so thankful for you and your family. You guys have done so much for my family and I. My kids love you guys. We love you guys. My daughter, said to me, Mom, we finally have such a good family here in Arizona. And it's you guys. And for my kids to feel that way was huge for me. So I am very thankful for you and your husband and all of your beautiful kids and grandkids and nieces who I love now. You guys are wonderful, and I'm so thankful for that.
Oh, that makes me very happy. We love you guys. And I think you can tell.
Of course.
Everybody in my family loves you.
Yes.
Everybody.
So
I love that.
that is my blessed and thankful for today's video, and I'll come up with some better ones, but that was the first thing that came to mind because people don't really know how wonderful you are, and I just appreciate you so much.
Oh, and I appreciate you very much. I think we we think a lot alike, of course. We do it all the time. We do it all the time.
We do. I'm typing in Jackie's chat as she's saying it. It's so funny. We do it all the time.
All the time. All the time.
But we also accept all the differences in each other too. And
Right.
that's a real friendship. That's what real family does. You know, we accept the flaws as well. And that's what I love the most about you.
Yeah, because I got the flaws. I got the flaws. Let's not act like that.
Me too. I think we all do. It's just finding people who still love us through them.
I was going to say, right. Oh, that's fun.
So yeah, I love that idea. We'll definitely keep up with that. We would love to read yours. Like Jackie said, we'll read them out loud. Yeah.
Big, small, all of them. They all add up and they all mean a lot. You know, everything does. And every day is a gift and we should live it to the fullest.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we do have some really special episodes coming up with the holidays. Some really fun stuff I think you guys will love. And I think we will love it too.
Yeah, we're going to do some in person and things like that. So I think you guys will really enjoy it. So stay tuned, guys.
Yes, come back and like, share, tell your friends. Make sure you tell your friends because we've got special stuff coming up.
Yes, we do. You guys won't want to miss it. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you. Bye.